Assalamu alaikum. This is a message to brother Daniel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Daniel, you proudly invited people for a debate about tawassul and istighatha, claiming that istighatha is permitted. But afterwards I heard another new thing from you in your debate with Muhammad Hijab, that okay, let's say it's haram, but it's not shirk. When does it become shirk? If you believe that the dead can independently be having a superpower to save you, to help you. As long as you believe that they're not independently doing this, this is not shirk. I don't want to discuss about this from the beginning. But also, it is incumbent upon me to speak the truth, rebuttaling this false notion. Did the companions make istighatha to the Prophet after his death, despite their belief that he will not be independently giving to them what they ask? Did they believe that the Prophet can independently give them what they ask? The answer should be no. They don't believe that the Prophet can give them what they ask independently. We agree on that. But the point is, why didn't they ask him? Although they believe that he cannot exert his superpower independently. That's a good point. And I think you don't want to debate with me about that because you know my weapon of knowledge. You don't dare. I've been asking you many times on Twitter, X today. I've been saying Assalamu alaikum more than 5 times, writing it to you. You neither replied the salutation, which is wajib on you, nor you replied my request to discuss the things in a very brotherhood atmosphere. What you did is, you moved me indirectly to Telegram, giving no answer to me at all. Where did your challenges go? You've been challenging, provoking, challenging. Then suddenly, when I said, yes, let's go, you ran away. And you said, no, I have conditions. Condition number 1 is that we discuss about Muhammad Abdul Wahab first, before anything else. Number 2, you have to come 2 persons to debate me alone. 2, not 1. Excuse me, are you looking for a child to play with? You should behave like people of knowledge, not people who are looking for children to play with. This is very shameful. The debate should be first about the matter of Tawhid, not about a person. Is he good or bad? No. If you don't know the goal and the aims and the purpose of debate, you're not that person that is suitable to debate with me. People are not waiting to know something about a person. They need to know what is halal, what is haram. Is it shirk to ask the dead? Or it's haram but not shirk? Or it is allowed to ask the dead? This is more important. I got a message from modern debate, some Christian people who wanted to manage the debate between me and you. And I told them I'm ready. They said to me, are you free on Saturday? I said to them, yes, I'm free on Saturday. But I have condition. It is not you, Daniel, who only give conditions. Otherwise, we're running from your conditions. No. I have a reasonable condition. Number one, we talk about Tawhid. Tawhid is the first thing in Islam, is the core of Islam. You're saying that asking the dead is not shirk. And I disagree with you. I believe that calling the dead is paganism, shirk. If you run away from this topic, Daniel, this is a badge of disgust and a brass medal placed around your neck. It's very disgrace. It is sufficient disgrace that you run away from Tawhid. If you ever knew that you are on the right way, you will not be running away from the topic of Tawhid. What motivated me to propose the debate is when I saw you on your video saying that asking the dead is not shirk, paganism. You don't know the heavy, bad consequence of your statement, because you're making the dead equal in their knowledge with Allah. Whoever asks them, no matter from where he's asking them, at any time he's asking them, by any language he's asking them, they're available. Billions of people ask them at the same time. They can answer, they can hear, they can give. That's what makes the dead people gods, because you're making them equal to Allah. It is only Allah who hears all at the same time, knowing all their languages at the same time, giving them what they want at the same time. This is the consequence of your claim. And I'm so persistent to make that debate between me and you. If you say no, then that means this is a victory to me and a defeat on you. Asking the dead is not shirk in the perspective of Iran, the mushrik Iran, the place where you came from. But in the perspective of Islam, asking the dead is shirk. Asking someone other than Allah is shirk. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَدْعُو رَبِّي وَلَا أُشْرِكُ بِهِ أَحَدًا. Chapter Al-Jinn, ayah number 20. I call upon Allah and I do not set partners with Allah. I call Him and I make no shirk with Him. So calling someone other than Him is shirk. How can you say it's not shirk? While supplication is a matter of worship, as the Prophet said, ad-du'a wal-ibadah, supplication is worship. See the consequence of what you claim? That you're opposing the Prophet who says supplication is ibadah, worship. So you don't want it. You disagree with the Prophet that this is a matter of ibadah. Because if you say yes, I agree, you'll be contradicting yourself. Realizing then that you are setting partners with Allah, because dua is Tawhid. So making dua to someone other than Allah is shirk. Look at the Prophet Ibrahim. He said to his people, هَلْ يَسْمَعُونَكُمْ إِذْ تَدْعُونَ. Do they hear you when you call them? أَوْ يَنْفَعُونَكُمْ أَوْ يَضُرُّونَ. Or do they benefit you or they give you harm? Do they hear you when you call them? Then afterwards, Ibrahim said, after 2 ayah, أَفَرَأَيْتُمْ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ. Do you see those whom you worship? First he said, do they hear you when you call them? Then he said, do you see those whom you worship them? In Surah Maryam, وَأَعْتَزِلُكُمْ وَمَا تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And I keep myself away from you and what you supplicate, call, apart from Allah. Then the next ayah, Allah said, فَلَمَّا اعْتَزَلَهُمْ وَمَا يَعْبُدُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. So when he isolated himself from them and what they worship apart from Allah, Ibrahim said, وَأَعْتَزِلَكُمْ وَمَا تَدْعُونَ. Then Allah said, فَلَمَّا اعْتَزَلَهُمْ وَمَا يَعْبُدُونَ. Always in the Quran, dua is ibadah. To you, no. Look at this ayah. قُلْ إِنِّي نُهِيتُ أَنْ أَعْبُدَ الَّذِينَ تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. Say, I am forbidden to call upon those whom you are worshipping apart from Allah. Surah Ghafir, ayah number 66. See, there's nothing in the Quran that was made clear as the subject of calling someone other than Allah. It doesn't need mufassirin, commentators. There's no need, because the clear doesn't need to be given evidence. When the sun rises, you don't need to give evidences that the sun is present. In Surah Al-Zumar, فَاعْبُدِ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصًا لَهُ الدِّينَ. So worship Allah, making your deen, faith, sincere to Him. That's, I think, the second ayah of Surah Al-Zumar. And the next ayah, then the next surah, Ghafir, the next surah after Surah Al-Zumar, Surah Ghafir, ayah number 14, Allah said, فَادْعُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. I'll repeat the two verses. In Surah Al-Zumar, فَاعْبُدِ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصًا لَهُ الدِّينَ. So worship Allah, making your deen sincere to Him. In chapter Ghafir, which comes right after Surah Al-Zumar, ayah number 14, so supplicate Allah, making your religion sincere to Him, even if the pagans hated it. The Quran is so clear. Some people say to me, all right, bring me scholars who commented on this ayah. There's no need. Allah made these ayats so clear. So if you don't find a needed commentator on these ayat, it means there is no need for that, because it's so clear. And Allah made His Quran so clear. The Quran doesn't need commentator, so the word of the commentator become more accurate, clearer than the Quran. No. This is what the Christians do. They say no one is allowed to interpret the Bible except the priests. Only. No other interpretation is allowed. Brother Daniel, if you want to know where is the saved sect, where is the saved group, Al-Firqa Al-Najiyah, if you want to know which group is the true group, look at the arrows that are taking direction against it. The arrows of the Shia and the Sufis and the Ash'aris and all the other, and the non-Muslim arrows are all gathering, taking one direction against that party. This is a sign that we are on the truth. To be continued.